counter. Now, it's funny because I bought this big um, unlimited, true unlimited Wi-Fi unit for, my interviews. However, I'm living at my parents for the summer for, well, for about another few weeks or so. And my mom went top heavy with all the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you guys can use my Wi-Fi. So my dad's watching, using it over there because they just got back from Florida a little while ago. Instead of turning theirs back on from Florida, they, jumped on mine. Well, like everything's on it. Big TVs everywhere. So I hope it's not coming in too bad. Let me look. I got to look real quick. Hold on. I'm testing out the screen I bought. It's one of these collapsible ones. It looks small, but it's actually, this thing is about 6.5 feet, no, 7 feet wide and about 5.5 feet. So let me look really quick. I just gonna look. All right, I gotta see if it's doing okay. All right, and my hair looks like crap. I was in downtown Detroit. I was in the sun. I've been gone. I've been doing 15-hour days every single day, and it is what it is. I look like hell. And then trying to get a lot of things done. Trying to get some. I lost my retainer after my divorce about a dozen years ago, and my teeth were perfect. Oh my god, perfect, right? And stress and everything else kicked in and reach. So now I have now I got to get an Invisalign, not braces, but it's Invisalign. Oh wow, it is kind of breaking up. This is what happens when you share your internet. I thought I got the best stuff too, and I'm paying all this big money for it. So I apologize. I really do. Um, if it looks like it's choppy, let me know. Does it sound okay? I'm not talking loud because my dad's actually he's watching a movie in the other room. For Father's Day, I went downtown. I was down there and I bought him. He loved tamales from downtown. And usually when I'm coming back from Nashville, I stop and go there. And I usually see my friend Susie. Well, Susie's in Chicago, so her relatives were running it. Her niece and her somebody else, I forgot. But anyway, um, and that's fine. I've just got to make sure that this thing's running good because eventually I'm going to get you know, my own setup, my own studio, everything. We've been talking about it for a long time. However, I'm testing it because I've been running into a whole bunch of people. It's making me nervous because I have a studio, but I'm not using, I don't know if I'm using a hardwire there either. So I'm going to get another dedicated line, but businesses and bands from Nashville and a whole bunch of stuff happen. That's how it works. I've been doing this, excuse me for a minute, off and on for, I don't know, quite a bit. And hold on, I got to get something to drink here, a little water. Listen, hey, real quick, Tina, since we're just kind of hanging, because I didn't announce it. Phil's on bed now. Listen, it's okay to make typos. Um, after everything I see out there in the news and everything out on social media, it's like World War IV and Five are about to kick in. I think we're going to skip three entirely. I've been hearing about World War III since 19 whatever, right? We're not going to go there. And oh, there it goes. Yeah, see, that's what happens. I don't know. I wonder what else I could. I turned off my phone Wi-Fi. I thought that would help, but it is what it is. The guy lied to me. He told me, well, let me lift it up a little bit. Let me see what happens. Maybe it'll work better if I elevate it. The Ethernet hooked up to it too. I'm gonna raise it a little bit. Oh, it did raise it a little bit. Oh, look at that. You know how like when you hold your phone up, people always see me doing that, and it's like, what am I doing? It's like I'm trying to get a better signal when all else fails. It's like when you used to hold up, your remote for your phone. I have this pink case on it. It's not because I like pink so much. It was a Dante thing. I think I've explained that 1,000 times. But what it is it's one of those key fobs you can start your car with and all these other little things. Well, I bought this coating thing on it because I'm always dropping my keys. And my fobs look like they were run over or dragged down the dirt road. So everything's got like a plastic in it. I know, I'm old ass. I don't know. I've got my locker from the gym. Oh, see, it keeps cutting out on me. I'm so mad about that. But I can't say anything. What else? I got my microphone. Can you guys hear me okay? Um, I don't like the way this is kind of glitching. I was adjusting all the settings. I'm just trying to get it all, because normally I could do this. Wait, where's it at? So many remote controls. Oh, here it is. It's on the floor. Perfect place for it. All right, let me see. Do that. Look at, okay, and then I can do, let's see, zoom in. Ooh, look at that. Hey, where'd I go? There I am. And then I can, go down a little bit. All right, see how that works. Get to see my old face up close. Ah, anyway, I just figured I'd come on here. It's been a while and I want to say something. I just want to be positive. I don't know any jokes. Everyone's always going, you should do it like a stand up. I go, no, I ain't that funny. But, and trying to be positive. I know there's a lot of people celebrating. What? Okay, let's see. What's tomorrow? Father's Day. All right. So if you got a father out there, happy Father's Day. If you are a father, dad, whatever, papa, happy Father's Day. If you don't have your dad, papa, or father, whoever, male patriarch of the family, say some nice things about that, right? Okay, so keep doing that positive. What else? The Tigers are doing good. I haven't followed live. Another show I'm putting on, and I've been feeding it information every single day about Detroit, whatever, and Detroit Tigers. I never thought I'd be putting the Detroit Tigers on anything Detroit related, and they've been doing really good. So good for Detroit. That's my little logo right there. The down. I can always use the Detroit D from my son. I can always apply that to the Motor City, right here. What else? I know we're going to have some bands. I did a dance party show today with the same kind of setup in the streets using this Wi-Fi that the city provides. It did okay. I hate to do it like that. I really want a bulletproof connection. But be that as it may, I saw a really well-known DJ for my dance party show, and it's the first time that I did not connect my personal page because that's how everything's kind of funneled through. Um, but I was able to do it with Dash Talk and Dance Party without using this page, so that was kind of cool. Nash Talk, I know I'll probably put that on here in Dash Talk as well, because even though I don't know what this looks like anymore, I've got so many lists on this page, but hopefully that if you do see it, because I know people accidentally or sometimes will pop in, and I want to make sure that you guys see some really cool stuff, really positive stuff. I don't try to engage in all the other stuff. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell everybody, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree. Everybody's happy. Everybody's feeling good. And then you guys can't accuse me of anything. Let me see how that green screen looks. Yeah, not bad. It's not too bad. Um, it's one of these pop-up green screens. You know those window, the windshield screens in the summertime. You know how you could just put this thing in the front of your windshield, and then it would, you used to have to unroll them and stick them in. Well, and then they came out with those kind of they expanded and really tight, and then you like line them back up like in a circular motion, and it was always a pain. And then put a little strap on it. Well, this one does the same thing, and people were complaining about it, but I think it actually works great because you don't actually have to strap it. After once you get it folded, then you got to really quickly wrap it with whatever's connected to it so it doesn't go flying out like a slinky or something. And no, this one does it great. So I'm happy with that part so far. Um, and with the weather's been pretty good. I can't complain about that. I hate when it's really muddy. People love it. I'm staying on Cass Lake, which is probably one of the more prominent lakes if you're not from Detroit or Michigan. It's a very big lake, and it's right outside of Detroit, and it's probably one of the biggest lakes in Oakland County. Oakland County is the largest county in Michigan. Really cool stuff. But funny thing is they have a sand mile away here. You can see it from the road. You'll see people here when it's like 40 degrees and snowing. If it says June out or May out, anything after Memorial Day, you'll see people in bikinis and guys with their big guts hanging out, drinking beer on their, big boats. And it's funny because they don't care. They're like diehards. They're like, if there was ice floating on the water, they would be out there doing it. So, I've kind of passed those moments, but No, it was like almost 80 degrees here today, sunny. It's cooled down. What is the weather right now in Detroit? I'll tell you right now, not that you guys care, unless you're from here. Let's see. It's 64 degrees my location. See? And what else? Let me see what else. Let's see what tomorrow's going to be like. Here, I'll just put Detroit up. Wait. Oops. All right, Detroit. There you go. So there's Detroit. Now I always look around the country, around the world. There's my other town, Nashville, 74 degrees. But during the week, it's going to be, in the 80s. Look at it. It's going to be in the 90s, stuff like that. It's late spring, but you know what? We're not even into July yet. I know July gets hot. I know August even hotter. So we're on a good roll. We're on a really good path right for that. Okay. So I've covered the sports, I've covered the weather, I've covered the holiday. I know there was activities going on all over the country. I know that the Army celebrated 250 years. All right. I had friends, in fact, one of my best friends when I was working at a Rose Market, not even a mile and a half from here in Kego Harbor, he was actually in the Army and I lived with him. And he was only in for about maybe 2 years. His name was Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown, that was his name. And he was a good guy, and my age, we got along great. We got along great, and he's one of those friends that I had, and we lived together. And then I don't know what happened, but then we stopped being friends. But we'd see each other years later, and we never had a bad word to say about each other. I think that's how a lot of my friendships are. I've got really good friendships that last no matter what. I can't get rid of them. Like a buddy of mine, Ross, yesterday. I could say anything to this guy. I could yell at him. I could say the most dumbest stuff like years ago when we were partners. And here we are. I was working with him last night in the rain, midnight. He calls me up, says, "Hey, can you help me break down a party?" I've been working all day, 12 hours for somebody, and I was tired, and I hurt my knee, the right side of my. I think I was doing leg presses the other day, pretty heavy, and gotta be careful when you're older like me. And I don't think that way when I'm there. But anyway, so we were working outside, working in the rain, unloading all this stuff from a big event, and he's one of those guys, man. He just loves me to death. I love him back. Really serious. Okay, you can go. Yeah, he goes, I love you. I love you too. It's weird like that. Do you guys have friends like that? That's kind of cool, man. So I was feeling sorry for myself today. I was sitting in a Planet Fitness parking lot. 'Cause I was all over the place today. I was at my storage unit in Troy, which is about 20 miles southwest of me, east of me. And then I went all the way to Detroit, which is another 20 miles. And I was down there for a little bit. And then I saw a friend of mine I haven't seen in probably almost 10 years. And then I was hanging out with another friend, and I came home, and then I said, I'll stop at the gym. And then I just sat in the parking lot for like an hour. And I was really, kind of, get like that. As you get older, you have a lot of friends if you have a lot of money, like I used to. And then I kind of go, I'm kind of, my life's kind of changing. But I do have a lot of things going on. So that's kind of cool too. And that's what keeps me busy. And that's why I tested out. I'm doing it in a couple of words. So I do 3 people. Let's see how many people. Let me see. I want to see how many lurkers I've had so far. Lurkers are people that will stop in on your list, but then they don't actually say hi. They kind of go, "What's he doing?" Okay, I gotta go. All right, I get that. So let me see how many lurkers I've had so far. That's kind of fun. I didn't even know that. I've had 53 lurkers so far. Look at 50. Let's say that. Can you see it? Wait. Oh, I guess you can't see it. So 53 lurkers. I like it. I like when it gets like 300 lurkers. It's kind of fun. All right. Anyway, um, that's the other thing I'm doing. It keeps popping in and out. Susan Trembath Ketter. You know what? That would be a song. Just to sing that, just to say your name. I love how I have an ex-girlfriend, my very first girlfriend. I'm gonna say her name because I don't care. She posts so much crazy stuff out there, but it's and nobody even comments. It's phrases, doesn't it? A little. I think it's the lighting structure. I've got all these little buttons: saturation, gamma, this, white balance, all this stuff. Like whatever. But what's her name? Maureen Hallery Heffer. Wait, no, Maureen Pfeffer Hallery Heverly. because I know she's on her second husband. But I've had some girls I know, they got like 6 or 7. They can't even include their middle name. I feel like, wait, I thought your middle name was Marie or Susan or something. I don't, whatever. I don't know. So, yeah, me, I just use my first name for a lot of it, and away we go. Man, that filter makes my there's a little filter that it doesn't show my. I got some really. I never had bad wrinkles ever, but I got some. I think after like 2019, I got these really bad wrinkles. But and then I'm having my nose lasered a lot, but it's still so price. I hate my GT right here though. I gotta get there. See, I'm putting it all out there. I'm not catfishing nobody. Nothing. I don't even care. So, all right. Is everybody having a good time? You guys out there on your boat, a fire pit? What do you got? What do you got? Anything good? Pool parties? My buddy Leslie, he used to have a restaurant about 2 miles from here. 2.5. I don't know. I couldn't too far. About 5. I was there last year. What was it? He didn't even have a name for it, but he made these perfect sliders, grass fed, potato bread, caramelized onions. I remember like yesterday. Well, anyway, he showed me some video today. He was doing some party for a friend, a big party. He's got a lot of friends that have big parties, and I guess he said he was the life of the party, or I guess they were the hit, him and his girlfriend, because they made all these sliders and stuff. But I thought, that's pretty cool. You can go to so like me, I used to everybody DJ and stuff like that. In fact, I was supposed to have DJed last night at a pool party, but the weather was bad, so they canceled me. I guess I can do it next Friday if I want. And I was supposed to go to Nashville. Actually, I was going to go to Nashville originally today because I didn't want to be here on Father's Day. Plus, I was going to do some stuff down there. That's what happens when you talk a lot. You get dehydrated. I get dehydrated real fast. So anyway, but somebody was asking me about how this all began. A younger guy who's been talking to me every day for a long time now, and he's about a good 20 plus years younger than me. And I said, it's really weird. I said I really wasn't intending on doing anything because I never picked up a big audience. But the one thing, even on my worst night, even when I do this by accident, I said there may be 3 people that might be on there, or 10 people, or whatever. But then within a day or two, later after this, I'll like see people, and then I'll get some messages. I'll get a message about some of the posts I did like a year ago or 2 years ago or whenever, like, oh, I saw your thing, and But the real, if anything good of it, it wasn't me talking so much. It was just me being there live when the world was going to shit. The COVID thing, and just whatever. But it was even more than that because before right after my son had passed in September of 2019, COVID didn't start till like the end of January 2020, maybe. And it was crazy, remember? And, but it was the fact that I could stay on more than 10 minutes, even with all the crap in my head and in my heart. It was, it was people staying at home. Didn't matter how nice their house was or how many TVs or how good their internet was. It's funny. You could have the nicest house, and there's a lot of nice houses around here. Beautiful monster houses worth millions of dollars. But sometimes, man, if you have people over you, if you don't have people, and I'm saying live, not like, it's like if somebody's texting you. Like I had a buddy of mine call me today from the gym, or when I was at the gym, and I was not feeling it, and I was just like, I was doing crunches. That's where you do something with your abs, and it's I don't mind doing them, but it's something that was like, yeah, this is kind of fun Saturday night. And the young guy, he's guns out funny, but we hung out, for several months, almost a year in Nashville, at another mutual friend's house that let us live there, Chad, and he called me. We didn't even know each other. Chad was from Texas, Bobby was from Colorado, where he went back last year, and I came back to Detroit. But we all still want to get back together and everything and all that. And then another guy from Nashville calls me up, and then another guy. These guys don't even know each other. It's kind of cool, And I'm like, here I'm feeling sorry for myself, a little girl, about my kids, whatever. And I'm thinking, here's people, different backgrounds, different ages, from different places, calling me. And it made me think of this. Now, I know I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time when I'm on here. And I know there's people that probably go with it, and I don't care about that anymore. It's probably half the people I know. My own brother doesn't like me and he owes me a shit ton of money, right? But that's okay. That's all right. I'm not even getting into that. But, you know, there's no perfect formula. I had somebody unfriend me on my Facebook today. I get this thing. I bear and was I worked with her husband. I didn't even know she was on Facebook. I love that it tells me. Um, I love that it tells me like who and when it, like unfriends me. It's good to know, right? Because I hate to go, hey, yeah, hey, what's going on? And they go, buddy, buddy, and then you realize they unfriended you, and you don't know why. But then they're saying, I really hate him. He's a whatever. Okay, so it's good to know. You should always know. You should always know. They should. They're gonna. The AIs are gonna figure it out. They're already doing it. They're gonna figure out like who should be where, what, and where and when in your life or at all, right? But I guess the old-fashioned way is uh, just live and learn, right? Live and learn. So, but I love the fact that all these people that call me or send me stuff later are people that I would never expect anything from again or at all. And it took away, and I told this to Bobby and Ross and all that. I said, you know what? I said, when I say I love you, I don't need to love anybody anymore. And I said, and I don't just say it. I said, I say it because I mean it and I really appreciate you. It doesn't mean I dislike everybody else who doesn't. It's just that, when you're sitting there, and this goes for anybody out there that will see this later, because I know there's a lot of people, no matter what I think, I was like, why did I say that? And then, somebody goes, you know what? That hit home because I'm sitting at home. I used to have this, I used to have that. I used to be able to go out and do all this stuff, and I can't anymore. I got all these, things going on in my life. I don't feel as good. I'm not as young. I can't move around. I got, people like that. And, I got COPD or I got these bodies and aches. And I'm like, oh God, where am I finding all these old people? Right? But, that's how life works. And it's like, and they tell me things and it's like they feel alone or left out, but they don't comment on their social media. I mean, like I do or whatever, but they just kind of like, and it's a breath of fresh air. And that's kind of the best part of why I do anything I do. No, I know I'm never going to be famous like I wanted to be. I know I'm never going to make all these really cool things. I know no matter who I help, it's not always going to, you don't ever think that just because you do good things and you're a good person, that things reciprocate. A lot of bad things happen to good people all the time. Not saying I'm a good person, but, I try to be. And, so when you're out there on a Saturday night or a weekend or a holiday, feeling kind of bummed out, I think that's the only thing I hope that you guys can touch upon, because some people are like, oh man, you always have these really cool words, and there's some people that just don't. Either way, I don't know how it works, but it's relatable, I hope, and it's fun sometimes. Like I was going to play some music, right? I was going to play some music, and that I actually enjoy doing that. I love doing that. I love playing the music. I could do it right now if I wanted, but I don't know, come on now. But I would play the music, and you guys would have to guess it. I don't think that worked as well. I was talking about like I remember one time I talked about favorite ice cream and candy. What year was that? That was in 2020, probably the mid part of 2020, right in the middle of COVID when we couldn't go anywhere and people. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know what to say next. And then we talked about it, and it actually it kind of sparked a bunch of people. I heard about candy bars and ice cream places that I forgot about, completely forgot about. And I thought, you know, it got them going. It took them out of their funk, if you will. And it was like, when you have the power to do that, it doesn't elevate my ego. Because, I mean, a lot of guys, that have been DJs or whatever, I mean, some guys get, press and play of some famous person's song. I used to think about that. I go, how do I get an ego playing Michael Jackson or Prince or whoever. I said they're the ones that sign autographs and make millions of dollars. I'm just pressing play, even if I'm mixing it or whatever. So I never really got an ego about it. I was just happiest. I was always relieved. You know, the only thing let me tell you something about it being a DJ. For me anyway. I know there's a lot of DJs. They by the way they're twisting those knobs and it's just the treble and the bass. There's no science to it, but I shouldn't tell everybody that. It just looks cool. Um, it was always relief. I don't care if I was in a backyard party and mosquitoes are biting me and they keep feeding me these hamburgers off this burnt grill because those old grills, man, I'll tell you what, they could be like dirty and everything, but the hamburgers come out so good, don't they? It's just something about the flavor of an old barbecue grill. And snack on some potato salad or whatever. And that's how you're getting paid or whatever. But it was always because people are relentless then and now as far as what you can play. So for me it was always going, okay, what can I play next? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? And every 3 minutes, is it going to work? Oh my God, it worked, it worked, it worked, it worked. And every time people are cheering, people thought I must have had like some big ego. I'm like, no, I didn't have no ego. It's just and I guess I could have, I mean, but and I knew that after I knew to some degree that this song was going to be pretty good. But there was sometimes I'd play some songs that were number one in New York or London or wherever, and I can think of about 10 songs that became so famous you could still hear them. But I remember trying to play them here in Detroit back in the 80s or whatever, even the early 90s, and they'd look at me like I was like, who is this guy? And I'm sweating, but you can't see it. I'm just like, like what do I do? Hurry up, and then like 2 weeks or 2 months later, and they won't stop hounding me for that song. Play Jim Oney again, Jim Oney. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, and but yeah, I know I know there's a reunion coming up for this one club that I started DJing at in the early 80s, and my biggest year was 1985. That was 40 years ago. It's actually about a mile, not even a mile and a half from where I'm staying. And back then everything seemed to be 100 miles away. Remember when you used to go to places and didn't it seem like 20 miles from wherever you were? And then when you look at your GPS now, go 2.1 mile. What? What? And then you go there. It's like 16 different things. What? That used to be my place, man. And there's thousands of memories, man. It's just crazy. The friends you had that you don't even remember their names, the music we played, the countless times. I don't even know how many drinks I had in these bars, but it was funny. And all the girls that I would hang out with or date, and all it was just so many different things. Now they're having reunions, and um, you know, I don't even know if half those people are still around. But that's how we live our life. Then the young people out there in their 20s or 30s, what have you, or I could say younger, but they're on Instagram or TikTok. I would say, man, you know what? If you got this technology, that's why I embraced it. Um, and it wasn't just for my kids, but it helped. Um, I always take a selfie. I don't know how cool or master you are. The biggest, strongest guy that will never say no to me. I've never had somebody go, no, no, I don't do. The only time that ever happened was with Bob Seger. And that was in 1993. Yeah, I did some risky business for Tina at a big club. And he loved it. And his wife loved it. And he came down to, said, oh man, we loved it. And I said, oh yeah, we're talking, making small talk. And I asked him if I could take a picture. He goes, I don't do pictures. Okay. But other than that, so, it is what it is. This internet's irritating me. It really is. But at least I was more or less wanting to see how the green screen. Yeah, it looks really good. Let me see. Oh, I see a little bit of shadow back there. Okay, I guess I got to put more up. The trick is to uplight right next to the screen, and I'm doing it from afar or above. So that's it. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody's still on. I'm probably just rambling. It's Saturday night. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. Wow, 10 minutes, 20 after, whatever. I am so bummed out that this internet is not working like I thought. It's crazy. Oh well. I hope the quality of the sound is at least good. I care more about the sound sometimes than the video. because when you listen to a podcast, it's usually audio. It's better than doing this all the time going, all right. You guys going to Puddin Bay or anything like that? Anybody going to Lake House? Nothing? Something? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? All right. Well, I hope you guys had a good night. I'm going to be doing some really cool interviews up in the near future here in the next couple of weeks. Actually, I think I got one or two next week. I think I've got Dr. Ray, well-known motivational speaker, chiropractor rating, got Rock Jock, legendary Doug Podell. Um, I've got a whole bunch of I got the Tennessee Blues Mob on Nash Talk. A whole bunch of people coming up. So I got to practice my me's and all that kind of good stuff for that. Get a couple of nice polos to wear. That would be nice, right? And we're going to take some questions and comments. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have some promotional things and discounts for a lot of people out there. Hopefully good stuff that you guys can share and enjoy. What else? I don't know. I guess that's it. I'm beat. I'm really beat. I'm going to see if I can watch something on the internet. I pay for Netflix. Everyone watches about me. I watch Max. Anybody? Is there any? That's a good question. I probably won't get any love for this one, but is there anything good to watch on Netflix, Max? What's the other one I have? Prime Video with Paramount Plus. I took TV shows that kind of fire. Watch. Mm. I like how the comments come on the bottom, but oh, you're getting off? Okay, well, you sleep well too. Let me see what happens here. Oh, look, I put your picture up there. Oh, you're so pretty. Look at that. Nice. That's a good profile pic. I love it. I love it. Tina, let me see. You got a picture? Oh, Tina's got a really nice one. All right. Tell Phil I said hey. So I guess it was just the three of us tonight. No problem. You guys are my favorite people. Always been super nice to me since day one. And thank you for letting me come into your house. Oh, Gianna Kinslow. Let me see. Look at it. Everyone's got profile pics now. I like this. Let me see. Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a really nice one. I can't see completely. I don't know if that's your mom or you. I don't know who that is in there. Somebody's holding a baby. Okay. I'm watching. Oh, look at this. Look at it. Ask and you shall receive. I'm watching Blind Spot on Netflix. Can you give me a quick 10-second before you go review on it? Because I don't even know what that is. Let's see. Blind Spot. Is that the movie with, wait, Blind Spot. Is that the football movie with, God, I had a crush on her. What was her name? Oh, Sandra Bullock. Is that the one? Is that the one? Oh, it was a Blind Side. I can't remember. Um, oh, let me see. Oh, that's my dad's mom, Michael Maiden. Oh, Mike's my boy. I love Mike. He's I can't say enough good things about him. No. What does that mean? No. What do you mean, Susan? I don't know what no means. I forgot what I asked you about the movie. Um, Sally, I'm just about to jump off. Does it look okay? Because my internet, everyone's hogging up my internet right now, and I bought a green screen, a collapsible one, just a portable one, so I could have it behind me, and I put it right behind the pillow, so it looks kind of cool. Um, Let me try another one. I'm just going to try another one. You guys can jump off anytime. I'm just trying to mess around. And luckily, I can keep talking. Well, I don't know. That's a good thing. Let's see. What kind of. Oh, you know what? That's for the troops. How about that? Come on, man. So I put the peace and love, the peace and love, right? The peace and love. I like that. I'm going to leave that one a minute. Yeah, I like Um, so that's a good picture, though, uh, Gianna. I really like it. I really like it. Thank you for that. Um, Okay, I keep chopping off my face. You know what it is? I raised my laptop up because I'm playing with different angles as well. Let's see. I gotta play with a couple other things really quick. Let's see. Zoom out. Woo! See all the mess there? There's my key. Oh no, my keys. Everything else. All right, so it looks better like that. All right, I'm back. I don't know if it looks good on this little border right here. Right here. Oh, right there. Um, all right, so sorry, I'm kind of running out of things to say. I wasn't going to stay on here for 36 minutes. Looks great. Okay, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate. Oh, well, that's a good picture too. Oh, that's you and Rod. Wow. Yeah, that's a really nice picture right there. You should draw that picture. Sally drew a picture of my son. I saw it in my storage unit, and I had it right on the top pile. I actually nicely wrapped it in a really nice blanket with a couple other ones it'll probably be another 6 months to a year before I find a really cool place. I found an $85,000 trailer, but it was like, in fact, I was going to have my buddy Michael and me. I was going to see because it's like there's two bathrooms in it. There's an upstairs and a downstairs, and it's really cool. And it's the kind that you can pull around, but it's actually pretty big. I don't know if my truck can pull it, but it's beautiful inside. It's got it looks like just a house. It's got the slide outs. It's got the porch. It's got it all. And I think we could trick that out. But I also want to have an area I can put the studio and so anyway, I'm getting a little bit worn out. Let me see. Where's the song? I could just send us out with a song. I'm actually working on a song right now. I'm actually starting to put my vocals into some of the songs I wrote. I'm using other vocals and other vocalists to sing my songs. They're on TikTok. And some of the songs are okay. I'm actually going to redo some of them. And maybe you guys will check it out. And I'm just kind of beta testing all this stuff. That's what happens as you get older. You don't want to put your first stuff out like a 20-year-old because then you're like, hey, there's my song, and then it doesn't go anywhere. So you got to know the industry and you got to know what the people like. And maybe I'll get lucky with one of them. And that'll be fine by me. All right, man. It's been a long, long day. Um, all right, I'm just playing with a few more colors here. Um, I'm gonna get rid of this. Wait, hold on. All right, all right. Oh, the power keeps surging here. I don't know what's going. Oh, the air conditioning. My mom must have the air conditioning on. Here's for the Nashville people. Here's for the Detroit people. Here's for people like the water. Detroit. Here's for the teen club I used to go to. Right, Greg? If he's out there. And let me get one. I think this one. Oh, that one's nice. I like that one. An AI made that for me. I like that one. All right. Okay. Back like 5 years ago, I would just be starting right now. I would be like, hey, what's going on? Wait, is this light too bright? Maybe that's what it is. Nope. Nope, I don't like that with my teeth. Hold on. Nope. See what I do? I have to play with it. Right. All right. It's like I got a tan. I don't tan. All right. All right, kids. That's it. Be nice to each other. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But you know what? There's people fighting, throwing bombs at each other right now. It's crazy. Could you imagine? And there's a big country in the middle of that. There's like, I can't believe we lived in this time where they're throwing bombs at each other. It's amazing. It just blows me away. I know, I know, I know. I'm not going there. All right. Be nice. Enjoy your Sunday. To those fathers out there, young and old, past and present, living and not, I hope you did a good job. I tried. I tried to be a good dad. It's a hard job. It's really a hard job. But anyway, have a great Saturday night. And like I said, I'm talking quiet because I don't want them to hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, and all right, Netflix. I'm gonna check that movie out. What's it called again? Blind Spot. All right. Thanks for that. Thanks for that suggestion. See, I got something out of the deal. All right. See, do unto others. Oop, hold on a second. I messed up. Play some music as I leave here. I wrote this.